Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee. And there are a few things we're going to do today. We're going to do a couple freezer meals. We're going to cook a couple of our meals we're going to cook because I want to make some more TV dinners. But we're just going to have an afternoon of meal prep. I got a lot to do. I got this on sale, friends. These are like $10, and I got these. I stuck it in the freezer, so it's thawed out enough that I can work with it. But I got these. I had a coupon, so I got them for $8.30. Beautiful. I thought, you know what? I can get that and make some nice little freezer meals with that. The first one we're going to do, we're going to cook this one. And you're going to love this. This one is a smoked sausage, red beans, and rice. I love red beans and rice. But I'm going to do this because I'm going to use some of this for our TV dinners. And those of you who like to make, who want to put food away, but there's only one or two of you, this is the perfect idea. Perfect idea for you. The TV dinners. That way, if you want, chicken and your husband wants beef, you can pull two separate TV dinners out of the freezer and have at it. Wonderful. All right. With this, plus we're going to make a dessert, friends. We're going to do a 4-ingredient lemon bread. I might make it into a 5-ingredient lemon bread because we may very well put some blueberries in it. How wonderful. But that's a real easy recipe. Anyway, with this, we need to make up Cajun seasoning. Okay? Let me bring you down here closer. Okay, friends. Well, this calls for a Cajun seasoning, and I didn't want to buy one, so I've got all my spices. We're going to put one together. I'm going to show you how easy this is. Okay, so the first thing we're going to add to this is 2 tablespoons of paprika. And I got smoked paprika. I love that stuff. Okay, then we're going to do a garlic powder. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of this. I got fuzz on my shirt. 2 tablespoons of this garlic powder. Okay. And then I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of oregano. Oh, I love the smell of oregano. Reminds me of making pizzas. Okay, we've got that. We're going to we need pepper too. I'm going to do fresh cracked pepper. But we're going to need a tablespoon of salt. Okay. A tablespoon of onion powder. This stuff smells wonderful. 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. Beautiful. That makes a wonderful Cajun seasoning. Okay, and then we're going to just crack some pepper in here. You got to have quite a bit in there. There we go. I like it fresh. I like when I'm doing this. I'll do a little bit more. All right. I think I got just about a teaspoon in there. All right, now we're going to just put our lid on here. We're just going to shake this up. I might put a little more pepper in there, but I have got my ground pepper too. We're going to use a little bit of this. There. Perfect. Okay. See that, friends? Beautiful. Combination smells wonderful. Oh, it smells fine. Smells divine. All right, so now let me put my spices away and we will get to making our smoked sausage, red beans, and rice. And we're gonna cook that. Okay, friends, so I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in my pan because I'm gonna brown our sausage before we add everything to it. That's about a good tablespoon and a half. Not a whole lot. Anyway, I'm going to slice this, just bite-sized, kind of thin. Actually, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to slice it in half first. There we go. We're going to turn that burner on. Now this calls for a pound. So I don't have a big cutting board, so I got to cut a little at a time. There we go. Okay, so that's going to start. Then we're going to take, I'm going to cut up an onion. Almost need a garbage bowl. There we go. Okay, we're just going to dice this. Not great big chunks. We're going to put that in there with it, with our sausage. I'm going to cut this one. All right. Now I'm not going to put salt and pepper here right now because I'll be seasoning this when I add everything else to it. But I just want that to brown up a little bit. We're going to do a tablespoon of garlic. Now, you know what I'm going to do. I'll turn it off. I'm going to turn this burner on. I'm going to bring this to the front of the stove. Okay, now you can see I got that browning up. Okay, friends, these are my home canned beans. My home canned kidney beans that we're going to put in here. Otherwise, you'd use 2 cans of kidney beans. 2 cans winds up being about 3.5 cups of beans. This is 4 cups together, but I'm not going to waste a half cup of these beans. It's all going in here. Perfect. I love having my own canned beans. I got black beans and kidney beans canned up on my shelf in my pantry, and I love that. Now we're going to add 1 cup of uncooked rice to that, and 2 cups of water. We're going to do a couple dashes of hot pepper sauce. We're going to do 1/2 tablespoon of our Cajun seasoning. That stuff is wonderful. Now all we got left to add to this is a bay leaf. And there it went. We're going to bring this to a boil, friends. And then we're just going to turn it down to the lowest setting and just let it simmer until it's done. Okay? So I'm just going to put the lid on this to bring it up to a boil. You can see it's starting to boil. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it down to the lowest setting, and we're just going to leave the lid on it. And that's going to cook for about 25 minutes, just till that rice is tender. Okay, friends, so now that that's cooking on the stove and it's doing beautifully, we're going to cut some up, and we're going to do a freezer meal. So, you know, you can put this together in a freezer meal. You can also find out how it cooks up. It's going to be divine. And we'll taste it. You betcha. I'm just cutting this into bite-sized pieces, okay? I need to sharpen my knife. Okay. Much better. You know, more people get cut with a dull knife than a sharp one. All right, so we got all that. Now let's see here. We're going to put this in our bag. And I got this is a half-gallon bag. I got quart-size bags. I got half-gallon bags. I've got full-gallon bags. But this is going to fit right in here just fine. Okay? Let's see. We're going to take this off in here. Give that to the chickens. And we're going to cut up. I'm using a red onion here because this is what I got in the fridge. And I want to get it used up. There we go. Okay, now, I don't need one of those stands with this one. We're going to do our tablespoon of garlic in here. And I'm going to give this to my son-in-law because he's going to love this. He loves spicy foods. These are my home canned beans. And I didn't drain them because you can see they've pretty much absorbed all the liquid in there. And I want that flavor in there too, so we're just going to pour them in. Beautiful, look at there. Okay, now we're going to do 1 cup of rice. Good 1 cup of rice in here. We're going to do 2 cups of water, but first I want to put my seasoning in here. We're going to do 1/2 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning. And we're also I'm using Frank's Red Hot. We're going to put a couple drizzles of that in. Just go by taste. We're also going to add 2 cups of water to this. Now, beautiful. Look at that. Fills every bit of it. Perfect. Look at that. Now that's going to be a nice freezer meal. Look at how hefty that is. Now you could put this in a crock pot. I'm doing mine on the stove top. But you could put it in a crock pot. This is sausage, red beans, and rice. Crock pot. My daughter and him use a crock pot more than anything, so, and I'll do, gosh, it only takes about 3 hours for the rice to get done in the crock pot, so I'll just do 3 to 4 hours on high. Beautiful. All right, so now you know how that goes together as a beautiful freezer meal too. Okay, friends, this next one is simple, and we're going to bake this one off. You can use, I'm going to show you how I use my, I hate getting old. I'm going to show you how I use my dehydrated hash browns, okay? I need to open this box up a little bit now. Okay. You're going to want, if you're not using dehydrated, you're going to want to use like a 32-ounce bag of frozen hash browns. It's just fine. I think that'd be good enough right there. I'm just taking a guess, but I've done it so many times. Now, this is a lot like making hash brown casserole. But we're just going to pour this in here. And you don't want it, you want it just covered. You don't want too much in here. Water, that is. You want it just covered, okay? Now I'm just going to put a little lid on that. And we're just going to set this aside and let those rehydrate. And in the meantime, we shall get our sausage cut up. Look at that. The insides fell out of them. Okay. We'll just get the sausage cut up because that's the only thing we need to cut up. Okay, that's all ready to go. We're going to put this back in this bowl. We can get our sour cream ready to go. We need a cup of sour cream for this recipe, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, your potatoes, your cheddar cheese, your sausage, and your seasonings. And that's all it needs. All right, we got that ready to go. I can put this away. Open up our can of soup. That's ready to go. Okay, friends, so this is hydrated. So first thing first, so we're going to put all our soup and our sour cream in here first. And I've got 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. Okay? I've got 1 cup of sour cream, which you've seen me put together. Very simple. We're going to do some pepper. And I don't think we're going to do any salt because this is the soup is salty and so is the sausage. So we're just going to mix this up real good in here. I need my bigger. Let's get it all mixed up and then we'll add our sausage to it. We'll get it in our pan. We're going to set our oven to 350. I need to take my tray out of there. 350. Because this is going to bake for about 35-40 minutes. And all ovens are different. So you just want it hot and bubbly and, hot all the way through. Okay. Last thing is our sausage. Going in. Okay. Now, I almost forgot the cheese. This is the last thing going in. We want a good 3 cups of cheese, and that's what I got in there. Okay? Because this is cheesy sausage potatoes. Okay, we're ready to put this in the dish and get it in our oven. We're going to spray our pan. Now, I don't always spray pans when I put them in the freezer. I just don't like that. But I always spray the pan before it goes in the oven. And most of the time, I spray the pan over the sink because I got wood floors. And that gets on your wood floors, and it's not your friend. You'll go sailing. All right, here it goes. In the pan it goes. and scrape them out. You don't want to waste any. You know, that makes me crazy when people mix something up into a bowl and then dump it and don't scrape it and they leave half their ingredients, like making a cake. They leave half the batter in the bowl. It's like, no. All right. I'm going to cover this. I only need one piece. And then about the last 10 minutes, I'll take it off and let the top get brown. Okay? Doesn't matter if your oven is all the way preheated or not. You can go ahead and put it in there. Okay, friends. This next one is a freezer skillet meal. So it can go from the freezer to the skillet, and you can have dinner on the table in no time. So let's see. This is a smoked sausage and zucchini meal. Now, you know, you could also put this on a sheet pan and make a sheet pan meal out of it. Perfect. So I'm going to say skillet or sheet pan. Okay. This one is simple and it's delicious. And if you don't like zucchini, well, you either don't have to make it or you can replace the zucchini with other vegetables. Okay, friends. We are going to start cutting this up. My veggies were all washed and put in the fridge, so I don't have to wash them again. Okay, so I want to cut my smoked sausage first. I'll put that in the pan first, or in the bag first. I'll get with the program. My mind's going every which way today. We're going to use 2 of those. 2 links. That's pretty close to a pound, maybe a pound and a half. Okay. So we're going to cut these in half. Put them in our bag. All right. Now, I've got 1 zucchini and 2 summer squash. I like zucchini, but I'm not that fond of it, but I love summer squash. So that's what I'm doing. You can do any other combination that you so choose. All right, those are going in. Okay, now with that, we're going to do a can of diced tomatoes with the juice. We're going to do, let's see, I need a tablespoon of minced garlic. There we go. This makes a wonderful sheet pan dinner. I use that instead of the skillet, but you could cook it in a skillet. Okay, we're going to do a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And we're going to do a pinch of pepper flakes. You can omit those if you want. We're going to do pepper. And we're going to do a little bit of salt because the sausage is salty. So you don't want too much. So what we got here, we got the sausage, we got the zucchinis, the tomatoes, the seasoning, the onions, the garlic, the pepper flakes, and the salt. That's how easy this is to put together. And this makes a delightful, quick meal. I just give it a little bit of a mix. I probably could have put it in one of my other bags, but that's all right. It's in here now. And take a look, friends. Beautiful. That will make a beautiful skillet meal. And you know what goes good with this is you can serve it over rice, and that's divine. So that's it. Now, our red beans and rice and sausage are done. We're just waiting for the casserole, the cheesy potato casserole in the oven to finish cooking. And then I'll be back. We'll put this stuff together, and we're also going to, we should have time, we're going to make some homemade lemon quick bread. Okay, friends, I'm going to show you how easy it is to put together self-rising flour, because that is what this next recipe calls for. And you can make a nice sized bag of it and keep it in your pantry for when you want to make quick dinner rolls or some quick breads. Just some easy 3-4 ingredient desserts. Works beautiful. So this is self-rising flour. And it'll save you a little chunk of change. Okay? I don't use self-rising flour a lot, so I'm just going to do about 3 cups worth. Okay? All right. We're going to do 3 cups. Of regular all-purpose flour. Okay? And there we go. Let me put that lid back on here. Okay, so we got all that. Now, for every 1 cup of flour, you're going to use a 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder, which is 1.5 teaspoons, and you're going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and that's for every cup. So, I'm going to do 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt in here because I'm tripling it. Okay, I will put the recipe per 1 cup in the description box. Okay, so this would be 1, 2, 3. That was 1.5 tablespoons, 1/2 tablespoon per 1 cup. Okay, that's how easy that is. Now we're just going to shake this all up in here. Mix it real good. Perfect. All right, that's our self-rising flour. How easy is that? Okay, friends. I'm going to put this aside. our casserole's almost done. So by the time I get done with this quick bread, we'll be ready to get that out of the oven. Okay, first thing first, before I do that, I want to spray my pan. Now, I've got a piece of parchment paper. I'm going to put that in there because that's going to help when I go to take this out of the pan. Okay, we're just going to set that aside. That's all ready. Here's our bowl. That can get put aside. We're going to do 1 cup of our flour, of our self-rising flour. We're going to put 1 can of sweetened condensed milk in with this. Okay, beautiful. Then we're going to crack 3 eggs in here. We don't want any shells in there. Okay, we're going to do, we got to do 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. All right. Now with this, before I mix that up, I want to take a little bit of my flour and put it in here. Oh, I'm just going to pour that in there. It doesn't hurt anything. I'm going to do about a cup and a half of blueberries in here. And we're just going to move these all around, get them all coated. That'll keep them from sinking to the bottom of your pan. So, okay. All right, now let's get this mixed up really good. This is an easy, you can add extra to it, but it is a 4-ingredient lemon quick bread. People think you're really slaved over your oven. I'm telling you, this stuff is wonderful. Okay, so get that mixed up really good in there. Okay, now we're just going to dump our flour and our blueberries in here and just fold them in. Okay, beautiful. All right, now our pan is ready. We're going to dump this right in here. Don't waste any. Get that all out. Okay, I'm just going to put a couple of blueberries on top of here. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so this is going to go in the oven. Once I take that casserole out, which I'm going to do in just 2 seconds, I'm going to reduce the heat in the oven to about 330 degrees, and this is going to bake for 30 to 35 minutes. Okay, I got that reset for 330. There's our beautiful casserole, friends. Oh, it's gorgeous. Now, because this is a baked good, we want that to be at 330. So we're going to wait until that's set, preset at 330 or preheated to 330, and we'll pop that right in the oven. Okay, friends, now our bread is in the oven and we just have to wait for that to get done. Our freezer meals are in the freezer and these both are done, so Miss Elizabeth is going to try them for us. I'll try some too. I'll give you a little bit each. This is red beans and rice with sausage. Okay. And it's got Cajun seasoning, so this doesn't have Cajun seasoning, but this is a cheesy potato sausage casserole. Do you want pepper on that?
No, this is fine.
Okay. We'll see how these taste for you. Is it good?
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to try a little bit of this because we're going to use these in TV dinners. Mm-hmm.
Really good.
That's very good. It tastes almost like a breakfast kit. I can't talk with my mouth full. Almost tastes like a hash brown breakfast casserole that I do for breakfast. Let's taste the red beans and rice. Friends, these are wonderful. This is my whole canned kidney beans in here. I don't know what it is about beans and rice, but I love it. Absolutely. These are good. You have to try these. All the recipes will be in the description box. Wonderful.
Yeah. Good job.
You're staying with me so you can say it tastes good. You know, you all know that, all of you that know Miss Tracy, she'd tell us it tastes horrible. She needs to take it home so nobody suffers. She's a hoot. All right, I'm going to finish this little bit. And then wait for our bread to get done. And then these will probably be cool enough to put together some TV dinners. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, friends. Our lemon blueberry bread turned out beautiful. And we're going to put it on this tray. Look at that, beautiful. All right. Now that turned out wonderful. Gorgeous. Now what I'm going to do is I got 1 cup of powdered sugar. And I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of lemon juice in it. I think that's all we're going to need. If we need more, we'll put more in there if we need it. Most definitely we're going to need more. Okay. There we go. It needs about 2 tablespoons per cup. That's good right there. So we're just going to drizzle this on here. I just drizzle it on willy-nilly, whatever way, doesn't matter. All right, that's good. That's it. And we'll see if Mr. Wayne wants to give this a try for us. But take a look, friends. Isn't that beautiful? just gorgeous. If you have people coming for company, it goes quick. But I did misspeak in the video. Not 30 minutes. You're going to have to put it at 330 degrees for about 55 to 65 minutes. It does take longer to cook. You could turn it at 350 and it would bake for about 50 minutes then. But let's check this out. Mister. And even though I mixed my blueberries with flour, they still somewhat sunk to the bottom. Try that. That's our lemon bread. You like that?
Mm-hmm.
The cat's meowing. You can't have none, kitty. We'll taste this.
Very good, friends.
Mmm. That'd be good with coffee. Mm-hmm. That would make a nice quick bread if you're having company. Coffee or tea. Mm-hmm. Yep, that turned out good. Maybe if the blueberries weren't frozen, they may have stayed suspended in the batter. That's all right. It's still wonderful. He likes that. All right. This will freeze well too. But I am going to use these with my TV dinners. But I can't put none of them together today, friends, because they're not quite ready for them and I don't have the room in my freezer. So I'll probably put them together tomorrow. That is good. Well, there we go, friends. We had a wonderful afternoon of cooking. And that lemon bread is like to die for. What a simple 4-ingredient, well, 5 or 6 if you add more fruits. But it would also be good with some nuts and raisins. How wonderful that is. We got we did the red beans and rice, and we also did a freezer meal so that you know how it turns out, and it was delicious, so you know how to put the freezer meal together real easy. We did another freezer meals, 2 freezer meals. We did the sausage and zucchini. I use mine for sheet pan, but you can use it for a skillet meal. And our cheesy sausage and hash brown casserole is to die for. Oh my gosh, friends. I've got that cut in sections. And I'm just going to freeze it that way because when my friend is ready for some more of my TV dinners, then I can just simply, take one out and put it all together. It'll be so easy to do. As well as with my red beans and rice. Once that is froze tomorrow, I'll take the red beans and rice and I'll freeze these in serving sizes too, so that it's real easy to put my TV dinners together. We also did some real nice Cajun seasoning. Now that can go in a lot of stuff that you cook, and that is wonderful too. And I showed you how to do really easy self-rising flour. And you can save yourself a few pennies by just simply making your own and keeping it in your pantry. Anyway, friends, that is it for today. We did a lot. I got a lot of things done. Thanks for hanging out with me in the kitchen, friends. I'll put all these recipes in the description box below. I'll see you in the next video, friends. And as always, thanks for watching.